Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. How are you guys? Um, Sorry about being a little late. My toddler's nap time has changed, so we are just rolling with it. If you know what I mean, give me a high five in the comments. I'm really, really excited about today's training. It's something I've been wanting to bring to you guys for a while, but it's different than the Amazon influencer. So I just was like, oh, no, but this is something that gets me really excited because anyone that has a business, whether you have a brick and mortar business, if you have an online business or have wanted to create an online business, this marketing technique that I just learned about in the past year has helped build my business organically without any investments. And the big thing for me, like, I really value community. I love having other people with similar values around and sharing and networking. Like, that's something that is really high value for me. So it was easy to market in this way because it was already in alignment with my values. So if you guys are feeling that, then this is definitely the training for you. I'm excited to share. Um, so let's just get straight into it, okay? So you guys heard about my story a little bit. My story was I started this online business at the end of last year, and my mentor Travis teaches this method. It's called the covert affiliate method. Yes, it was specific to affiliate marketing because that's what he helps train on, but affiliate marketing, digital marketing, anything with the word marketing in it literally is marketing, right? So you don't have to be an affiliate. You don't have to have your own product. You don't have to have an online business. Any business that needs marketing can use this technique. And that's why I love it. And that's why I got really excited about it. So, I started doing this at the end of last year. Now you can see our group is at over 800. I have not paid for anybody to be in here. You guys all are here by your own free will. If not, I would be so sad to see you go, but you can, right? Like, it's an ebb and flow. And I try my best to show up here authentically, sharing my journey, just being who I am. And I think that is what's so cool too, is you guys are now in my little bubble and I get to share what's working for me, what's not. And I just get to share, like, genuinely from my heart what works for my business. So, I want to show you the steps how you could be doing that for your business. Okay. So before we jump into the actual, like, how to's, I wanted you guys to first gain clarity. Like, what is marketing, right? We already talked about marketing is getting you and your business, your service, your product, whatever it is. How do you get that in front of people, but people that are actively searching for what you provide? That's the key here, okay? Because we can market all day long, post to social media, do ads, flyers, all that kind of stuff. But if you aren't in front of the right people, it's not really going to be a. And I don't know about you, but time is of the essence in my world. And I don't want to just be like throwing spaghetti on the wall, right? I actually want to have a strategy and technique that is going to get me the outcome, because it's twofold. I know so many of us who get into marketing or do your own marketing and you're just like, right? You just get that feeling. And that's because, one, you're not doing it in a way that works in alignment with you and who you are. And two, it's not getting you the results. So why would you be doing something that's not working? And at the end of the day, it's just making you frustrated or not even want to do it, right? So I think that's key, is how do you have an effective marketing strategy that gets you in front of the people who are actively searching for you? So the first things first, even before you start thinking about, well, this is part of thinking of creating a Facebook group, is you need to really understand your niche, right? And I know we talk about this all the time, or you might see this all the time, like, what is your niche? What is your niche? But it becomes really helpful in marketing because then you know what to say. And a lot of us get to, well, what do I post? What do I create emails about? What do I even say that would be of value to these people? And if you have a niche, if you have a person that you're speaking to, it makes that process a lot easier, which means it's a lot less time. Plus, you're going to get the outcome that you want, the results you want, right? So number one is having clarity in what it is you provide, right? So are you going to be using this Facebook group to maybe grow your, maybe a chiropractic office, an acupuncture office? Maybe it's an online program you've created and you really want to start reaching that to people outside of just your local area. Maybe you are an affiliate for something that you love and you want to reach that to more people. Like, all of those are amazing. So you just need to know what it is that you are going to be sharing with people, right? Step 2 is, like I said, where are those people? Okay, where are the people that you want to connect with and that you're going to serve, and that at the end of the day you're going to help and add value to their life. So you need to know where people are searching for their problems, right? So Google, of course, Google is like the end all be all, right? We say, have you Googled that? Like, it's literally a verb now, which is so crazy. So Google is awesome, but the biggest thing is social media platforms. And I have a list here. I went through and found the top 15 social media, platforms and their rankings, like by how many users. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you all of them because some of them were like out of this country, which were cool, but they're not really valid to us. So the number one, you are on it now. The number one social media platform is Facebook, and it's actually ranked number one by over 500 million users. So that's going to tell you something right there. Number 2 is YouTube. Number 4 is Instagram. Number 5 is TikTok. Number 7 is Facebook Messenger. So just the Messenger platform on its own is in this. Number 10 is Snapchat. Number 12 is Twitter or X. And number 15 is Pinterest. Okay, so if you're on and you see all these marketing like ads about do this strategy and this strategy and this strategy, they all work and they all have them. But the biggest piece of advice is to make this simple. Choose one marketing strategy. Once you can automate that, then you can add another, rather than, again, just kind of picking and choosing, and that looks good, and well, they said this works, so, it can create a lot of confusion. So pick one strategy, move forward, figure that out, get it clean, make sure it's getting you the outcome you want. You can automate it, and then you can add another. So the biggest reason for me sharing with you those top 15 is Facebook had 2 slots, like 2. None of the rest did. Not only is it number 1, but it's also number 7. So in my eyes, I may not personally enjoy Facebook. I actually do, but if you don't enjoy Facebook, but the people that you're wanting to connect with are, then you might have to make some shifts of, okay, well then how do I utilize this platform to get in front of the people that I want to, right? But maybe you're like, they're on YouTube. Maybe they're on Instagram. Maybe they're on TikTok. You also have to look more specifically to your person, which I'll talk about at the end. So it definitely depends on who you're serving to, okay? Okay. Any questions so far? I see some of you guys on here. If you have questions, post them in the comments. The usual, I'll always get back to you. All right, so let's look at this big picture, right? If you have now decided that Facebook is definitely the place that you want to use your marketing strategy to, and specifically a Facebook community, this is the big picture of it, okay? So here's the idea. You have your personal profile. You're also going to have a Facebook group, okay? Those are the 2 things that you're going to be working with here, okay? Your personal Facebook profile is kind of like your, hey, this is me, I'm Jane, this is what I'm about. So your profile is going to reflect your business, actually. So it's less about, I do still post about my kids and things that are relevant to my everyday life, but I'm also posting about business, right? So you're going to utilize things like your profile picture, your banner, your bio, and your pinned post, all that's sitting there. And that's going to be what's attracting or showing people, hey, this is what my life is about. This is what I enjoy in my extra time. I actually love learning. I love doing education on these things. This is what I'm providing. All those things are going to be on your profile, right? Then you're going to have your Facebook group, which is obviously linked in your profile. And this is what's going to be specific to the niche that you have created your product service around, right? For example, mine is making money online. I have a specifically online business. I don't do anything in person yet. Maybe it's a potential. But at this point, if you go to my personal profile picture, my personal banner, my bio, everything talks about how I have an online business and how I teach people to do the same thing, right? In the Facebook group, because I think a lot of us get into like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to post every day, right? That's what everyone says. Post 2 to 3 times a day. This does not require that. That's again why I love it so much, is it does not require posting a bunch of times. It does not require creating that content over and over. It's, you have to create content. I'm not negating that, and we'll talk more about that. But it's in a way, like in your Facebook group, you really only need to post twice, right? You can do more. I do more because I like it and I enjoy it, but you don't have to, okay? And these posts are going to be things that are really providing value. So let's use an example of, I had a prenatal office before, prenatal chiropractic office. And if I created a Facebook community specific to my area, so I'm in Orange County, California, and it would be like a holistic moms Facebook group. Okay. Things that I would start posting in there would be like maybe some stretches that I've used during my pregnancies that I already give to my current clients, but people can use them outside, right? Or maybe it's any baby like birth classes that I have in my area that I network with people. I can post about those. I could do interviews with other referral partners I have in my practice or that I want to create a partnership with. You could do fun giveaways. Can write blog posts on your website. If you have that, you can post that into your group. There are lots of ways that you can utilize this group and reuse content that you already have to add value. And what's cool is the people that come into your community, and I'm going to talk about how do we get people into the community, but once you have that group and how they start meshing and communicating, and you invite current clients that are already working with you, and someone says, man, like I'm in my third trimester and I know I need to see a chiropractor, but I'm really nervous. And then rather than you having to chime in and say, I'm the best chiropractor, one of your current clients can come in and comment and say, you know what? I've been seeing Dr. Jane throughout my previous 2 pregnancies. She's awesome. I really highly suggest you see her. She's gentle, safe, all the things. And they can have a conversation around your service or your product. And that can be them seeing, oh, it's not just them selling themselves, but this whole community coming together. So it's something that I love. It's a really beautiful thing that happens. So the Facebook group is so cool. Okay, so we talked about the profile. We talked about the Facebook group. Number 3 is key because we don't own Facebook. Facebook, everything on there can be gone in a blink of a second. So the important part is, as people are coming into your group, you are going to be asking if they would like your freebie. And a freebie can be anything from a quick PDF. It could be an exercise. It could be anything. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But if they would like that, then they could give you their email. And then now you have a secondary way. Not only are you communicating with them on Facebook, but you can also email them, which is another touch point in marketing so that you can be talking to them outside of Facebook, right? So now you have your Facebook profile, you got your Facebook community, you have an email list that you're generating. Now the question is, okay, so we have all these great things for our business, but the question is, how are we going to grow the group, right? That's the biggest thing. How do we see more people, right? So there's a couple things we do. This is without ads. You can do ads, but like I said, you do not want to automate, put money into something that you don't know works. I have done everything organically, and this is what works best. I have a group. I'm a prenatal chiropractor. I got moms coming in from all these different places. We're holistically minded. We're looking for smoothie recipes, pediatricians, maybe things, all that stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into other groups that have similar people in it. So it could be other mom groups. It could be a working moms group. It could be a running moms group. It could be a cooking moms group, whatever it is. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start adding value. So that could be maybe someone posts and asks a question like in the running group, and they're like, man, I'm having this worst sciatica. I'm only in my first trimester, but I want to keep running throughout my whole pregnancy. And you're like, that's my jam. I can help you with that. So you can go say, hey, I have this free Facebook group. I help support moms during their pregnancies, especially when they're active. I'd love for you to join, and things like that. So you can be active in the group. You can make your own posts. And you want to just be authentic, right? That's the whole point of this. You just get to be yourself rather than like feeling like, oh, I'm marketing myself. You're like, no, like genuinely have helped people with this in the past. I'm going to show you how. Okay. Come on in. So you're going to go to the groups, like we said, And actually, this is what I noticed is I was already in a lot of these groups, okay? These groups are just people who are generally like us. And so we've already in them, and you could already be networking with people that you don't even know to like come join in your group. Then we said become active member, authentically engage. Yes, perfect. Now the third part is you can actually go into those groups and you can ask those people to be your Facebook friend. So I want you to imagine you log on to Facebook, you get a friend request. You're like, oh, this seems like a cool person. What do? We click on their profile because we want to know who in the world has asked us to be their friend, especially if they don't seem familiar. That takes them to your Facebook profile that we talked about, that we've already set up in a way so that when they go to your Facebook profile, they're going to get the full download. Oh, there's Dr. Jane. She's got her prenatal office. She's local to me. I'm pregnant. Maybe this could be cool. There's a link to my group. So not only am I asking them to be friends, but they now see what I'm about. And if they want to be a part of any of the things that I already offer, they're going to do it automatically without me having to ask. So this might be actually how some of you got into this group. I want you to reflection of, oh, I saw Jane ask me to be my friend. Now I'm in her group. Now I'm doing trainings with her. Now, all these things. So I want you to see how it actually works, because this could work for you too, okay? So that's how you get people in. Really straightforward. It will take you about 15 to 30 minutes a day to build your group, right? So that includes a post a day, going into other groups and commenting. So we have two ways. We could either spend our time 15 to 30 minutes a day, or you can invest your money, like I said, with ads. I wouldn't suggest doing that right away just because there's a lot of things that can be leaky, your messaging and all that, but time or money to invest in growing this group, right? So far, do you guys have any questions? Anybody out there? That's the flow. That's the way, right? So here's the value of a Facebook group. Okay, this is different than just posting on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, email list even. What I've noticed is this is a growing, breathing, living community that you get to nourish. So with each post, with each interaction, with each DM, with each profile that you ask to be a friend, this is so much more than just a marketing strategy. To me, it's the most intimate way that you get to be in relationship with people. And you can do it at a larger scale than just in person, because if you've done networking, you spend an hour of your time, you meet 20 people. You can scale your networking at a completely different level, and still do it in a way that feels really good and authentic. So, the reasons that I love the group is, like I've mentioned already, you'll have members who have already experienced your gifts, right? And they can share their testimonials. That was something in practice I always felt a gap in, is someone would walk in, say, oh my gosh, I referred so-and-so, but they're nervous to come in. And I'd say, bring them into your next appointment. I can call them, all these things. But there was always this gap where in a community like this, it's easy to join a group, right? Easy to join a group and just sit back and watch for a while until they kind of see, oh, that's what Dr. Jane's about. Oh, that's what she was talking about. And so it's a way for people to see who you are, in a non-intense way, I guess. So I love that. You can ask questions in your group, which really help you learn more about your dream client, which is something we'll talk more about, because I said the better you know them, the better you know how you can help them, the better your messaging and your marketing. And you can do live trainings like this, and you don't have to leave your house. Like I'm doing it during nap time, you guys. How cool is that? So there's so much potential with a Facebook group. I'm grateful you guys are part of this group, because like I said, it's so much more than just a Facebook group that I'm popping in and doing a training. It's like, I realize each and every one of you have a life, and that you have a life, and that I'm a part of it essentially now. We are connected in a way, and it's not something I take for granted. So I hope you guys learned something in this training. We are going to be doing a 5-day free experience. It's going to start next week, and we're going to go into a lot more detail of this because I wanted this just to be a like overview. What are you talking about, Jane? How does this fit? Is this the right thing for me? Is this where the people I'm looking for are? If you said yes to those things and you're like, a Facebook group is where it's at, you'll want to join this 5-day free experience, because we're going to help you with the logistics of setting everything up so that everything is ready to rock and roll, and all you have to do is stay consistent after that to see it grow. Okay, so in the 5-day free experience, we're going to go over these things. Number one, we're going to go over who your dream client is, and where are they going to actively be looking for you, because if they're not on Facebook, don't spend your time doing this, right? Like, that's silly. But if they are, then you want to go to day 2. So day 2 will be about how to build your Facebook group and how to build your Facebook profile. I'll be going over the details, showing you my computer so you know exactly how to do that. Number 3 is going to be helping you find groups that are really in alignment, because I think that can be the tricky part. Is you're like, okay, well, I want to be moms, but what kind of moms? And then you get too broad, and then you don't get the people you want in your group. So that'll be day 3. Day 4 will be how to create content and freebie. I think this is like one thing people always ask is, how do you create content? How do you create a freebie? All those things. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty on day 4. And then number 5 will be all about growing your group, how to send the Facebook requests, things like that. So I'm really excited. Like I said, marketing was not something I got into chiropractic for, but it's something I had to learn, and now I'm learning with an online business, and it's actually like becoming really fun. So I hope we can have a fun time with this 5-day experience next week. If you're stoked and you want to be a part of it, you want more info, comment below CAMS, capital CAM. It's in the comments, and I will get you a link so that you can be all set up and be there. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys later.